Hey, welcome back. Podcast, Jack and Ron. You know, America's two favorite jackasses, part 2 of podcast number 31 from the beautiful confines of 616 Studios in Moore, Oklahoma. Chad Lunsford, the incredible proprietor here, he can do video production, he can do audio production, he can do anything for you. You just need to talk to the man, and he's got an incredible assistant.
And you know what? Here's something that I just thought of, and I'm serious, because a lot of shows, you know, you have a pretty good idea of what's going on. Just sat here and thought of this, and I was going to bounce it off Jack. You know, we had all of these butt mugs and things like that.
Right.
Each week, we bring a different butt mug just to show you. You can't get it or anything like that, but just to show you. Why?
Why?
Because I just thought of it just then.
No, why would we do that and piss people off? Oh, yeah.
Well, how's that going to piss people off?
We've got one. You can't have it.
Yeah. Or here's one. Remember, don't you have this one? Look in your collection. Yeah. Or something like that. I think it would be. I'll put it this way. I'll bring one, and if it goes over, you know, like a fart in church, then we won't.
All right. Very well. We've got to get to this. An important part of the program always has been. It's the Gold Star award-winning Jack and Ron.
Yeah.
News of the I'll be damned.
Had to do something, man. All those lights didn't light up.
I'll have to have that checked.
Yeah, please do.
Okay. I'm not sure this guy in this story is going to be climbing the corporate ladder at McDonald's, but here's the deal. He's 19 years old. His name is David Gomez Beltran. Last Thursday night, he reported to his shift at a McDonald's in San Antonio where he worked. But his manager sent him home because, once again, David was late.
Oh.
Late to work. So David was told to go home. But David didn't go home. Oh, no. Instead, David went to a different McDonald's about 5 miles away, and he robbed the place. He was still in his McDonald's uniform.
I'll show you.
So when he went into the McDonald's in his uniform about 5 miles away, he said that his store had sent him there to help with the dinner rush. Well, the manager there took him to the back room to fill out some paperwork, and that's when David, bright boy that he is, in his McDonald's uniform, pulled a gun and demanded all of the money in the safe. He got away with about $1,500, and of course the cops tracked him down easily.
$1,500?
$1,500.
Bail was more than $1,500. At least rob you enough to bail yourself out of
If you're going to rob something, get yourself 40, 50, 60 grand. $1,500? Man. Anyway, cops tracked him down at his apartment the next day. He was arrested for aggravated robbery, and that's your news of the I'll be damned.
I'll be damned. Okay.
Yeah, I know. All right. We got to take a listen to this lady at a Milwaukee Bucks game. We have the audio of this lady. She was told she could have a signed basketball, autographed basketball from all the players on her hometown Milwaukee Bucks if she could name, or at least try to name, as many cheeses, and because Milwaukee is so famous in Wisconsin for cheese, name as many cheeses as you could in 30 seconds or less, and she was competing with one of the players from the team. So she had to name more than he did. Well, here she is naming the cheese. Check it out.
String cheese, cottage cheese, brie, feta, goat, Munster, Colby Jack, Colby, Pepper Jack, I don't know.
There you go. She named 27 cheeses in 30 seconds, and she did get her autographed basketball.
Well, she left one out.
What was that?
Government.
Government cheese.
That's right. Hey, man, let me tell you, coming up, I don't know where they got it, but
government cheese.
My man would come in with a big, giant block of government cheese.
I didn't hear her mention Whiz. Cheese Whiz.
Or Velveeta.
Yeah.
Is Velveeta cheese?
Is Whiz cheese. What is Whiz? Anyway, there you go. 27 cheeses in 30 seconds or less. She won that basketball. For that, I think she should get like 10 grand. That's a pretty spectacular feat, in my estimation.
Well, of course, especially to be right there, right, then just to have to do that. How many people's minds would lock up?
Yeah.
Mine would.
We're about to get to our sleazy, trashy showbiz report, but first I wanted to make mention of this. Sinead O'Connor. Now, that's not in your report, is it, Sinead O'Connor?
Don't worry about
it. She recently...
Go ahead.
Anyway, she recently converted to Islam, and now she says she wants nothing to do with white people. She tweeted, quote, "I never want to spend time with white people again."
Good luck.
Yeah, not for one moment, for any reason. They are disgusting, she says. Sinead O'Connor, well, she just finds more and more ways to show she's kind of crazy.
Remember, this is the lady who tore up the picture of the Pope
Yeah.
on live television on Saturday Night Live
Right.
some years back, and shaved her head, too,
Yep.
as I recall. Yeah, she's a nutball.
She recently changed her name to Shuhada David and converted to
Wait,
Islam.
she changed her name?
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. Now, I know a little bit about Islam. You don't change your own name.
They change, yeah.
Yeah, it's earned, or whatever mosque you go to, whatever they give you. You don't change your own name. See,
Nah.
this woman's nuts.
She's a little off center, I would say.
Jeez.
Anyway, she says, I'm terribly sorry. What I'm about to say is something so racist I never thought my soul could ever feel it. But at any rate, she never wants to spend any time with white people again. And then her final comment, here's her final word. She says, if it's crazy, and if it's crazy to care, then by all means, spank my ass and call me Fruity Loops. That's Sinead O'Connor. Sounds like something I'd say. Spank my ass and call me Fruity Loops. That's going to be my new slogan, my new motto.
See, first of all, what she's going to do, there are going to be a lot of folks, I feel, who also practice, Islam. They're going to go to her. Shut up.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just shut the hell up.
They want to gag her. By the way, one of the things she did say, too, was everyone says the poor Americans are the victim of Trump. But you hired him, so fire him. This is Sinead O'Connor at her best.
Well, okay, never mind.
For one moment, you thought, she might have some.
Yeah,
Well, anyway.
Yeah. I would say keep talking, Sinead, but no, shut up, Sinead.
There you go. Time for that Jack and Ron exclusive, sleazy, trashy showbiz report.
Tyler Perry is retiring Medea next year. The final movie is A Medea Family Funeral.
How many Medea movies have there been?
There's been a bunch.
Man, there's
but
sure
he's made a ton. Had his own big giant studio down there in Georgia. He's working with Oprah, a number of shows that he produces. She's carrying on her network. The guy, he did it just right.
His studio is almost as nice as the confines of 616, the studio we do our podcast from.
Hey, I think they're neck and neck.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. Hey, the WWE is looking for new female talent. You'll never guess who they're trying to get or approach. I don't think it'll work, though.
Who?
Serena Williams.
Oh.
Yeah.
She'd be great at it, though. She's so physical. Serena Williams, the world-class tennis champion, she would be excellent.
It's not the same as like Ronda Rousey, who was in the
Yeah.
in the ring anyway. Serena's just that. Number one, Serena doesn't need the money or anything else or the notoriety. Hey, President Trump running into musical trouble. Rihanna says she's shutting down his using "Don't Stop the Music" at all of his rallies, and Axl Rose is doing the same with "Child of Mine."
These political figures ought to get permission from any recording artist before they start using their music.
Because
find one that supports you.
There you go. Because it looks like the artist is supporting you, and they may hate your guts.
Yeah, just ain't right.
Simone Biles is now the most decorated female gymnast in world championship history.
Congratulations.
Stormy Daniels says she gets hate mail now from Mario Kart fans for comparing the president's penis to that Toad character they have in that video game.
Wow.
Floyd Mayweather is supposed to make his MMA debut on New Year's Eve. Now he says, no, he's not going to do that. That was just some stuff that he started.
Why would he need to do that? He's got so much money.
Because he wasn't in the news enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be newsworthy. Being newsworthy sent Kanye to the White House. Deadwood is filming now. They're having a big new Deadwood movie. Most of the original cast coming back, my friend.
Right.
Nicki Minaj has become the first woman to make 100 appearances on the Hot 100. And looks like your good buddies, man. The Rolling Stones getting ready for a new tour.
I heard that there's a couple of rumblings about that. What have you heard?
They've been putting up the signs. Their iconic tongue emblem. It's been showing up at different stadiums, different
I hear the cheerleaders
arenas.
in Denver were wearing the tongue and lip logo T-shirts last week. Yeah,
and they say they're asking people to write in or to check out some spot and they'll know more. But
If I'm
you
not
know,
mistaken, you know,
I'm thinking one of these guys is going to die on stage. He's
They're in
going
their
to fall
70s.
over and die.
they are in their 70s, and none of them has an ounce of fat on their bodies. I don't know how they do that. The thing I was going to say, though, is I remember years ago, and this had quite a few years ago, I remember I was, on my computer, and I was messing around, and I saw that the Rolling Stones were going to be the very first band, and I'm positive they were, first band to ever broadcast live on the internet a concert of theirs. I forget, they were in Europe somewhere, and I thought it was a really cool thing because at that time, none of us were watching video on our phones. We didn't have a video phone.
Yeah.
We weren't watching video on our computers for the most part, and all of a sudden they come along. They've always, for guys at their age level, so many people in that age demographic know nothing about technology and have no clue what's going on in terms of internet and the
Yeah.
webs and all that stuff.
I tell you, man, the
They've always
Stones,
been on it.
the Stones and the Beatles, I think, took music and the technology of music, among other things, to a whole different level.
True.
So, by the way, Kelly Ripa is joining the cast of Riverdale. Her husband is already a member of that cast. I guess she figured out she better hang with him. And Billboard's Woman of the Year, Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande. Now, she was engaged to the dude from Saturday Night Live.
David Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson,
Yeah.
I think it is. Is that his name, Peterson?
Yeah, I think so.
Guys? Yeah.
And man, did they start
They were like,
hating on each other, man.
I know, what happened? I
What?
didn't quite get that because
It's like
they
she
were-
woke up.
they were like so madly in love, and I looked at him and I thought, what does she see in him? Because
I don't know.
He wasn't exactly what you'd call, a member of the Pepsi generation or a, Brad Pitt lookalike
crazy.
by any means.
Yeah, tattoos on her fingers. He had tattoos and stuff. And this
her,
was after
yeah.
they'd been together for 30 days
Yeah.
or something like that, and they were supposed to be getting married and what have you. Something happened. I don't know what. Something happened that she got with him, or something happened where she left him, and now she's shooting little darts at him.
I
How
actually
can you-
wondered if it wasn't some sort of a publicity deal because
It's good. It
and
was
I
a
don't
good
think-
one.
I don't think she needed so much publicity as much as he would, but it just strikes me as odd.
Maybe she feels used now.
I mean, and
Yeah.
they were engaged for what, 30 days,
Yeah.
60 days? It was an awful quick turnaround.
Yeah, and I've seen her half naked, not half naked in the way that you're probably thinking, but costume wise, performing half naked. Boy, dude, couldn't you have just acted a little saner? You let that get away. Good God!
Because you ain't never getting anything close to that again.
All right, a little
doubt.
bit later on. It's not a Hollywood update, but I might save this for next week. How long will it take you to become a millionaire? If say like you're making $50,000 a year, you lucky dog. How long would it take you to become a millionaire? We'll have that story coming up next week.
All right, very good. Time for your exclusive Jack and Ron.
Dumb ass joke of the day.
Guy goes into the doctor. He says, Doc, hey, Doc, how can I live longer than 100 years? I want to live to be over 100 years old. The doc says, okay, first, do you smoke? Guy says, no. He says, do you eat too much? He goes, no. Do you go to bed late? Not get enough sleep? No. Do you have affairs with promiscuous women? The guy goes, no. And the doctor says, then why would you want to live more than 100 years? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That's it.
Doggone it. You know what?
Where's the bell?
I was about to, I looked over here and I said, up to this particular point, there hasn't been anything that I would call bell-worthy.
Well, that was
But-
bell-worthy, wasn't it? Thank you.
There you go.
Appreciate that. All right, time to go back to
Remind me to bring that sucker out right at the beginning of the show, man.
All right. Time to go to Hollywood to check with Mike Evans. You know, he's with us each and every week. And he actually was with us each and every morning for over 21 years when we did our morning radio broadcast on terrestrial broadcast radio. But now he's in podcast form with us. And every broadcast, he always starts out with a, what do you call it, a quick
little
trivia
quiz, yeah.
Quick quiz, quick trivia question. Well, he started out again with another one of those questions. Mike?
Pop quiz theme celebrities who aren't who you think they are. Today, name the name of the celebrity who was born Alfonso D'Abruzzo. Alfonso D'Abruzzo. Do you know him better as Alan Arkin, Alan Alda, Al Pacino, or Al Capone? Alfonso D'Abruzzo. Answer in just a minute. TV news, the producers of The Voice, their sponsors, staffers, and crew all agree. What a huge mistake bringing on Mariah Carey, an impossible 100% diva to the max. There is about to be a huge scandal regarding the Today Show. I'm hearing it'll involve payoffs, bribes, drugs, sex for promotions. Man, it's going to get ugly. And it's not just coming from Megyn Kelly. Stay tuned. Very odd odds and ends. Here are some celebrities who had strange pets. Elvis Presley had a kangaroo. President Calvin Coolidge had a raccoon. Audrey Hepburn had a deer. And artist Salvador Dali had a pet anteater, an anteater. And a true story, I once had a parakeet that cussed a blue streak. That parakeet was a vulgar bird, I'll tell you that. Also odd, is it true? Producers of Michael Jackson's This Is It show, Kenny Ortega, and Michael's sister, LaToya, have had a couple of seances, and they have contacted and communicated with Michael Jackson from the world beyond. That's the word. Almost as odd. You know, while I am seldom surprised of what fans care about when it comes to these pseudo-celebrities, this one really did surprise me. Headline in the National Enquirer screamed, Honey Boo Boo's stepmom undergoes weight loss surgery. Well, who the hell cares? Brad Pitt has been getting ready for his face-off against Angelina Jolie for child custody in court December 4th by not drinking or even smoking pot for the last 3 months, completely sober. And here's an exclusive. At least a couple of the 6 children will testify for one of the parents. I don't know which one. And this week, where old sayings come from. Today, bought the farm. During World War I, when a soldier would be killed in battle, his family would get $5,000, which was about the average cost of a farm in those days, which the money was usually used for, to buy land. Thus, when a soldier would die, people would say he bought the farm for his family. And the answer to the pop quiz question, name the name of the celebrity person born with the name Alfonso de Abruzzo. Is it Alan Arkin, Alan Alda, Al Pacino, or Al Capone? The answer is Alan Alda. Yeah. Hey, have a great day. Mike Evans, see ya.
See you, Mike. Man, I
No
blew
wonder
that
he
one.
changed his name.
Yeah. Alan Alda. You know, and I knew Alan Alda.
And his daddy was Alda as well.
And I knew he had changed his name. I just couldn't remember if it was such an odd or whatever you want to call it, extravagant name. But yeah, I remember that he had changed his name, but I just didn't know that was that. I thought it was Al Capone.
By the way, he mentioned LaToya, and it brought to mind what dead celebrity is making more money than any other dead celebrity.
If it's not Michael, it's got to be Michael Jackson.
It's Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's not even close. $400 million a year at this particular point. Second place, Elvis with 70.
And then I think John Lennon rolls in there somewhere.
Yeah, they're kind of like, way at the bottom. But Michael Jackson, he said before he died, he was a little nervous. He says, I'm worth more dead than I am alive. And as it turned out, he was right.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Poor guy. Hey, I was going to throw this out there real quick because a lot of people go vacationing during the holidays. And I found this list of 4 things you should never do when you order room service. Because quite often you're on vacation and you're at the hotel. You've been out all day running around doing whatever. And you go back to the room and go, man, I really need something to eat, but I don't want to go back out. So
I feel really cheap now because usually while I'm out, I'll grab whatever they had while I was out and bring it back to the room.
Well, sometimes, yeah. People have been known to do that.
Hey,
but I've also
okay.
ordered room service on a number of occasions when I was, at a hotel, and I'm like, man, I just don't have the time to go anywhere. I don't want to. So
Let me just pick up the phone.
there you go, and you order it. Well, here's what they say not to do. 4 things not to do when you order room service. Number 1, don't answer the door half naked. They say it's amazing how often it happens, but don't answer the door half naked. Also, don't ignore the people who deliver room service, like in the hallway at the hotel.
Yeah.
They like it when you make small talk, ask how their day is going, and all. It kind of gives them like a feeling that they're not considered beneath you, so to speak.
Who's griping about half naked though?
I don't know. And they also say don't order at the last second, like, 10 minutes before the kitchen closes. Don't do that. That pisses them off, okay? And also, finally, they say don't expect them to make you anything you want. If your kid wants a grilled cheese, they can probably do that for you, even if it's not on the menu. But, don't expect them to make you frog's legs and a carrot cake or any kind of special item that
Really?
isn't on the menu. Order
What
from the
low
menu.
rent hotel are you staying where they can make you some frog legs and carrot cake?
That's appalling.
I'm shocked.
I would be pissed. I'd pack my bags and leave. I'd call the bellman and say, I'm out of here. Okay, there's one other thing, and this is my own personal tip for you regarding room service. And this I learned from my brother because he's been in the hotel business 30 years. When you come up, they come up and they bring you the ticket, to sign, for the fee that they're charging you, the amount of money for the room service delivery and the food.
You hang around that long?
You go.
I'm out of
You
there,
go-
man.
You go ahead. A lot of times you sign it, and you put a tip on there too. Because you're going to tip the person who brought you the food. Don't give them the tip on a card. Don't give them the tip on your room. Give them cash. Go ahead and sign off on the thing. If you want to pay for the food on the room, on your room ticket, go ahead and do that. But then give them a cash tip. My brother said the reason is most of those tips you put on the room or on a card, the hotel takes a big percentage of it. It gets all stretched out all over.
Yeah.
You give them a cash tip, they'll like you a lot more, and you'll get better service.
Yeah, see, that's the same thing that was told to me by a good friend of ours from India about some of the restaurants. He says most of the time the owners will take it, and they will go ahead and maybe give you what they feel you've
Right.
earned or deserve. He says, just give them cash, call it good. And that's what I like
That's
to do.
what happens at the hotels. Make sure you give them a cash tip. They'll love you.
Yeah, I do that at Sonic.
All right.
Okay.
We got to wrap it up. We're going to give you your two tough trivia questions and answers and wrap it up and get out of here.
Well, don't we have a little tribond, brother?
Oh, I forgot Tribond. Yeah, we do have Tribond. I'm sorry. Thanks for reminding me. What did I do with it? Here it is. Tribond. How did I forget that? Tribond, where we give you 3 words, and you got to come up with one word that works with the 3. Now, we got Brandon working with us. We got Chad running the operation, and Ron, and I'm going to quiz all 3 of them. Here are your 3 words, gentlemen. Trickle, Sergeant, Andy. Let me give them to you again. Trickle, Sergeant, Andy. Now, what one word will work with those 3? There's one word that works with those 3. Trickle, Sergeant, Andy. Come on, guys. Brandon, you got it?
Only thing I can think of is, trickle down, but I'm sure that's not it, is it?
No, sir.
Okay.
Chad, you got it? I want to go last. Last? I want to go last. Oh, you want to be the last one to go? Yes. Okay. Brandon, you got one?
No.
Okay.
All right, one more time. Trickle.
Trickle, Sergeant, Andy. I think Chad has it.
Son.
You said down.
Yeah, and I based that on that trickle down.
I think
That's the only
Chad
time.
has it. What do you say, Chad? Dick. You
Yeah.
got it. Ring the bell. Yeah. Dick Trickle.
Way to go, Chad.
Dick Trickle, the race car driver. Dick Sargent.
Boy,
he
you
was
better
the
if
actor.
you don't like race car driving, you're done.
Yeah. And Andy Dick. There you go. Good job, Chad.
Jeez.
Man, he gets the gold star.
All righty.
Good job.
Well, treat him like he's at a hotel. Give him cash.
I'll do it. No doubt about it. All right, now, as we wrap things up, finally, we get to the 3 questions and answers for 2 tough trivia.
Question number 1. The official unit of measurement for 1 million years is what?
I have no idea. What's it called? A millennium?
No. Hey, gang. If you feel you know the answer, feel free to yell it out.
Millennium?
Millennium?
I thought it was millennium.
1 million. Yeah, or millennium. Nah. We're doing something now with these millennia kids. So it's.
I
not
thought
one-
millennium, but that's not it either. All right. What is it?
Mega anus.
Mega anus?
Yeah.
Mega anus?
Some people
I thought
try to make it around. They call it, isn't that Maganus? No, it's
Mega anus. I thought that meant large derriere. Mega anus.
Large measurement of time in one
Eh,
1
well-
million years. Mega anus.
I thought it meant large behind.
Yeah.
Mega, you know.
No, that's
Ain't
just
it?
you doing that and insulting people. Hey,
Yo,
nice mega anus you got there. All right.
Okay.
Question 2.
Yeah.
What's the first movie with a $100 million budget?
All right. Earlier I said Titanic. That's not it. So let me guess another one.
Guys, go ahead and think about it too.
They may have looked it up on their Google. They may have Googled their Yahoo.
They won't be able to find it there that quick at all. Go ahead.
I'm going to say Superman.
Interesting. No, this came after Superman.
Okay. You guys got a guess? Brandon?
No.
Chad? No?
Yeah.
What is it?
True Lies in 1994.
Oh,
the
my
movie made
favorite-
about $380 million. That was the first movie with a $100 million budget.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and just in Halloween.
Jamie Lee.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah. And I thought that was maybe one of Jamie Lee Curtis's best films.
Oh, yeah. They said
really
this
liked
is
her.
definitely the scariest and the best Halloween of all. A lot of people thought that it was going to be Cleopatra with Elizabeth Taylor because of all of the hang-ups. She was sick all the time.
Well,
The
Ben
movie-
Hur, too, would have looked like,
Yeah,
with
no.
all that.
First
But, yeah,
$100 million budget movie was True Lies.
So Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis. And like I said, I still think Jamie Lee, that was one of her best movies ever.
God, you know what? Let me tell you something. When she did that little dance,
Uh-huh.
you know,
Yeah.
that's what he said. Okay,
Yeah.
now, finally, it's the second best-selling single in history. But this artist only performed it in public once.
And the artist is still alive.
Artist is still alive.
And it's a male?
It's a male.
Oh, boy.
And it's second. And as I said before, Bing Crosby has the number one
Okay.
selling single
See-
of all time, White Christmas.
And I said White Christmas, and that was number one. I want to say Yesterday by the Beatles, but Paul has done that many times in concert. So it can't be Yesterday by McCartney and the Beatles. Is it?
No.
No.
When the white flag goes up from you and the rest of the gang back there, I'm going to give you a clue that will instantly say, "Oh yeah."
All right, time for the clue.
Okay, nobody.
You guys don't have it?
No. Okay. It was sort of a memorial.
Oh, Elton John, the Princess Diana.
Uh-huh.
That song,
Candle in the
Candle in
Wind.
the Wind.
That's it. Candle
you.
in the Wind.
Thank you.
And because it was that type of song, he's never performed it in public except that one time. Never.
And that was at her memorial
Yeah,
service.
that's right.
Right.
That's right.
Well,
there
there
you
you
go.
go.
Very good.
All right, I'm
Very
not
good.
as dumb as I look. At any rate, we got through this one. Another podcast down. Thanks so much for checking it out. Remember to share this podcast with as many people as you can on Facebook. Let them all know we're doing it. We're doing it, doing it good. Jack and Ron, America's two favorite
Be sure to
jackasses.
emphasize that.
Yeah, it's really good. Tell them it's an amazing podcast.
And don't forget, next week, if you're making around $50,000 a year, how long will it take you to become a millionaire in Oklahoma? You'll be surprised.
We'll find out. Meanwhile, we got to thank Chad Lunsford, the proprietor here of 616 Studios and more. Ever need any kind of production work done, video, audio, talk to Chad. The people out here are incredible.
Maybe you're shooting a movie that you don't want anybody to know about.
Yeah, just you and the missus. You know, hey, why not? Chad goes mobile, too. So he'll bring the lighting. And he'll let you wear sunglasses.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And you know, if you get in a bind, he'll direct.
He's really good at that, too. And also, thanks to Brandon. Brandon has been working with us from, is it Moore High School? Yeah, Moore High School. And he's a senior there, and he's been kind of learning the trade, if you want to call it that, and doing a great job, too. Been a great addition to this little, podcast we put together each week.
Yeah, and see, you know he's good because he's not in school right now. Because he's done everything he needs to do.
Yeah.
There you go,
He's at the
baby.
top of his game.
Thank you.
Just like Chad is, and hopefully kind of like we are. Anyway, thanks so much for putting up with us. Thanks for checking out the podcast. We'll do another one next week. Remember, when you go out to do what you do, do it like Jack and Ron. Be the very best at whatever it is you do. Be the best. Give it 110, 120, 130% effort, like Jack and Ron. Go out there, give it hell.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Good day.
We are. Come watch the game at Louis Grill and Bar.
Fans know that Louis Grill and Bar is the place to watch football. We have all the big games and world-famous burgers, pizzas, wings, and more. At Louis, we're in your neighborhood.